Hello, I'm Stef, welcome to my channel. If you've been watching my videos so far, you will know that I am a wildlife enthusiast and also enjoy videography. In this video, I'm going to share with you the equipment that I take out with me on my wildlife watching excursions. I would say that I'm in the early stages of building my kit. I've been doing this for about a year, and this is the kit that I've built up over that time. I'm not going to talk about clothing in this video, but if you're interested in that, just let me know and I can always do another video on wildlife watching clothing gear. So the most important part of my kit is obviously the camera itself and the lenses that I use. 99% of the time I use the Panasonic G85 with the lens which is 100 to 400 millimeters. This allows me to get video footage as well as photographs. This works well when I am trekking around, exploring, looking for wildlife for hours, because it is fairly lightweight whilst also offering the focal range of 100 to 400, which is versatile and good for wildlife videography. Because I am videoing more than I'm photographing, a tripod is essential for me. I've tried videoing on full zoom without a tripod and it doesn't work well. The footage is always shaky no matter how well I think I'm holding the camera. So the tripod that I use is the Vanguard Ultra Pro 2, and I just had to read that because I can't ever remember. To carry around my equipment, I use a backpack, and I use the Vanguard VO Select 49 backpack. I'm going to do a detailed review of this backpack in another video because I've been using it for quite a long time now, so I think I can give a good insight into its pros and cons. But I will say here, it's a comfortable backpack to wear. It fits my equipment in it. It's very practical and efficient to use. It's easy to access the equipment. So overall, I find it a really useful backpack to have. Another piece of equipment that I use a lot is right here. It's my trail cam. Again, I plan to do a more detailed review of this, along with sharing the settings that I use and some tips that I've picked up along the way whilst using it. This was a very affordable trail cam as far as trail cams go in terms of their costs, and I've had a lot of use out of this and it's held up really well despite being submerged in a river for a day or so and various other conditions. So I would recommend this trail cam, and as I say, I will go into more detail on this in another video. A recent but important addition to my kit are my night vision binoculars. I also plan to make another video going into more detail on these for anyone who's interested in all the details about them. They are so good for wildlife watching. Obviously, a lot of wildlife comes out after dark, so it's great to actually be able to stay out after dark and observe the wildlife and get a sense of where it's coming from and where it's going. And it's amazing what's out there that I didn't used to obviously be able to see when walking around at night, and now with the night vision binoculars I can see lots of eyes glowing in the dark and lots of activity going on. You can use them when it's getting dark, and you can also use them when it's completely pitch black. There are 3 different settings for the night vision itself. You can also film with them and take photographs, which obviously is great for me because I'm always trying to build a library of footage. There's also an option to attach them to a tripod, again, which is really useful so that you can hold them steady whilst filming. I always take my camera rain cover with me. I live in the UK, the weather here is very unpredictable, so a protection for my camera and lens is a must. This is also a really useful item. It is a fold-away mat. It's waterproof and slightly padded and very light, so it doesn't really add any weight to the kit. I'm not fussy about sitting or kneeling on the ground for wildlife videography, but when it's particularly wet and boggy, it can be really useful. Also, it's useful as a kind of a place to put my camera down for a second if I want to do something else. I don't want to pack it away in the bag, and I don't want to put it onto the muddy ground. I also have this microphone with wind noise muffler, and this will attach onto the camera and obviously plug in to the camera. I have a mini tripod which I can use with the smaller lens on my camera. And finally, I have, of course, lots of SD cards, batteries and battery chargers, and I carry most of that around with me as well. And that is everything that I'm currently taking out with me wildlife watching for the watching itself and the videography. I have a wish list, of course, who doesn't? And on that is some daytime binoculars to be able to zoom in and obviously have a look for wildlife. I'd also really like a quiet mini drone that I can use for getting some beautiful shots of some of the lovely places that I visit. I think it would be good to get some more camo accessories for my camera and for me for different situations where I might need them. And I would also love a much more serious film camera for very high quality films, but that's a much more sort of long-term wish. So yeah, I think that's it for my wish list. I hope you found this video interesting and possibly helpful. I'd be really interested to hear about the kit that you use and any recommendations that you have for me as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.